Hey everybody, welcome back to Quali-Tea time. So, I have two news elements for today, and one of them is politics, which I know people don't like me talking about terribly much. But this is really freaking important, and so I kind of have to address this, but I'll make it as quick as I can. The main piece of news is that a snap election has been announced for June the 8th. This is basically... A snap election is pretty much just a really early election as opposed to a normal general election, which is to say, this will determine who is Prime Minister and who is ruling in the House of Lords, and all sorts. So, consequently, whoever gets elected can stop Brexit. So, pretty important. It's the first snap election since 1979. It's been the first one that was called by something other than a no-confidence vote since 1974. So it doesn't come along very often. And prior to 2011 as well, such, early elections were pretty much something you had to ask the Queen for, because you required royal assent to dissolution. We had to dissolve the Parliament because the Queen said so back in the day. But more or less this has only happened when a confidence motion of the government fails, or there is a two-third majority vote among MPs. This doesn't happen. So, get registered. I am putting a link into the description of this video down below. It takes 5 minutes tops to register to vote if you are able to vote in the United Kingdom and other portions thereof of the Commonwealth as such. And yeah, please, we have been going downhill since basically the AV referendum a few years back, and I voted in that, and I voted in the general election, and I voted in Brexit, and all 3 times I have been disappointed by the public, so please, I beg of you, if you can, vote, and let's hopefully turn this flaming train somewhere towards water. Other than that, though, I have mostly been spending the week, and indeed the past couple of weeks, tinkering with After Effects to try and get special visual things done in post that will slightly broaden my cinematic and filmmaking capacities. But of course I was doggedly hamstringed by my inability to motion track. Now, I've talked at length about this in Dungeon Maker, but basically I can do whatever effects that I like onto a camera, but unless the effects move in pseudo 3D space with the camera, then they might as well just be two-dimensional. So for example, if I wanted to put an effect, say here, I don't know if I probably will. I have very little time on these vlogs. But if I want to put an effect here, say there's a flame coming from this fingertip, ooh, hot, then I could do that in post really easily. If I moved my finger, or if the camera moves away around me and such, I then have to track my finger point to keep the fire there. And if I do that manually, it will take me a goddamn freaking long time. If I do it automatically, though, which exists, there's a lot of programs that allow you to match move software and such very easily, then it becomes restricted and time-consuming to work out and such, and chiefly it becomes extremely expensive. For example, Buju 5.0, I think is the current version, will cost you somewhere in the region of $3,000 US. That, however, is for a full license. I have recently been in touch with Monkey, the 8-bit Monkey, of course, and he has managed to secure me a version that works, and so consequently I am able to shove stuff into that and it will track the entire scene, and then I can export whatever points I want, and then I can shove them into After Effects, get a camera, and go. And it's glorious, and I don't know how much I'm going to be using that, but I have big plans for the June special, and for those of you who maybe slightly weren't paying attention in the preceding little segment there, the snap election in the UK is for June the 8th, which is less than a week before the June special airs. and the June special airing date is picked up based on my birthday. So, yay! Other than that, though, let's head to the schedule. On Thursday's an episode of The Lost Hands, as Ignolane is having a lot of trouble looking for a real bonehead. And then at 11 PM BST over at twitch.tv/LyingBedmon we have more Midnight Souls, where we're going to be exploring the profaned capital and probably dying, let's be honest. On Friday it's an episode of Dungeon Maker. Then on Saturday it's Dungeons & Dragonhat's Path of Steel at 9 PM BST over at twitch.tv/TheDragonHat. Failing that, it will be The Coaster, once again, at twitch.tv/LyingInBedmon. The last time we managed to go up by 9 SR after 5 competitive matches. Yeah, that was infuriating. On Monday it's an episode of Fox Team Alpha as the team takes on Null Sector. On Tuesday it's Edgington as we discuss the purpose of travelling skywards. And then at 9 PM BST over at twitch.tv/LyingBedmon we have Yogg-Tors Live number 82. Lastly for the week, on Wednesday, we have an episode of Mating Do or Book of Lying once again. This is just based on the well-being and the availability of our actors involved. And on to the questions. So as usual, these are drawn from the comment section of the preceding videos, so if you have anything you want to ask me, drop it down below in the comment section there. Yes, I can hear you typing in the background furiously, I'm sure. So, our first question comes from Rafe on Shaker. What are your feelings on people buying you games on Steam versus donating? It really is a matter of results, I guess. In terms of people buying me games, there's a mild implication that they want me to make a video on it, which is almost universally not going to be the case, but I do appreciate it. Whereas if you donate, it can go towards basically anything. It could help me pay my bills, or it could get me some lunch, or it could help me pick up a brand new piece of equipment. Who knows? There is one thing that I've been considering recently, which is opening up the P.O. box early on a temporary basis. So, for example, we could start it up for next month and going through June, so people could send Fuzz and I birthday presents. Mostly as like a test, just to kind of shine a light on the benefits of having that tier unlocked on the Patreon, which we are approximately $2.50 off-ish. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea. I don't know. We'll find out. AI13 asks, how many lyings would ally with the witch? Almost exactly 0. Bo Nicholas Mattiason asks, is poke-lying a thing in the lying-verse? No. Poke-lying is still a weird situation, because it literally came to me in a dream. So... I mean, I'm writing an AU version, so I guess I'm technically writing about somebody in the lying verse, but I'm sort of writing from the perspective that I'm in a universe that has Pokemon in it. Whether or not that's actually the Pokemon world, I don't know just yet. But yeah, I don't know, but I don't think that Poke-lying is in the lying verse. And that's it for today, so I hope you've all enjoyed. Keep an eye on the news, and I shall catch you all next time.